our good friend Stephanie Tetterton from Quite Content Farm over in Camden.
Yes, ma'am.
Stephanie, you just do all sorts of things, and this is the strangest and newest thing I've ever heard of it. This is called wheat weaving.
Wheat weaving, or plaiting, as some people would refer to it as in England.
And it has spiritual connections back to the Egyptians and all. Tell us a little bit about how it perhaps started.
Yeah, absolutely. So this thought to have started back in, the Nile River, Mesopotamian area, the Fertile Crescent. And the reasoning behind it is that they didn't really understand germination. And they thought that when the seed come up and germinated, that was actually a spirit. And so they wanted to capture that spirit because they wanted to ensure a bountiful crop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so from year to year, what they would do is they would take the wheat when it was time to time to harvest, and when they took the wheat, they would feel like that the spirit of the wheat would retreat into the rest of the field.
Whoa.
And when it got to the last bundles of wheat, that was what encompassed or embodied that entire spirit. And so they, of course, wanted to keep that, and they wanted to overwinter it and keep it special and safe. And so they would cut that wheat, bring it in the house, and they would make beautiful symbols or wheat weaving creations from it. And we can pretty much see this in a lot of the different countries. In North Africa, may have Arabic, or African cages is what we call those. Or the Japanese may have shimenawas out of rice.
The world.
So it's around the world, In England, they have the Mortarford plait and the Welsh fan plait. And so, basically that's how it began.
Wheat's not something that we grow a lot of in South Carolina. It's we have kind of a soft winter wheat. So I guess you perhaps get wheat from out west where they have colder.
Sure. So the type of wheat that is most often used, that we most often use, is a hard winter wheat, just like you're saying. Here I do actually use some of our own wheat. My husband grows a monster wheat variety that we found is can grow here reasonably. A lot of times people use it for deer plots, and I found that it has worked, but it certainly isn't as long. It isn't as long, and so it's much shorter, and so it's more difficult to do.
And to create these incredible things, you're going to need a lot.
Correct.
A lot. I think you told me that the Christmas tree topper, that center portion is 4 feet long or something.
4.5 feet, yes.
Golly.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you can find some people still grow the kinds of wheat you need, but I guess there's not a huge supply of it.
No, so exactly. So I get my wheat from Kansas. This Larned variety was actually made out of a heritage wheat called Turkey Red.
Okay.
That was made out from Fort Hays University, helped to make this variety.
Okay.
And Diane Gardner, one of the members of the Wheat Weaving Association, she actually grows this wheat, and I purchased that from her.
Okay.
And I use it in conjunction with a lot of my wheat for the creations.
Well, let's see what you can do with it.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's do a cat paw plait. I like it a lot.
Okay.
This 3. Okay. I'm going to need my glasses for that.
That's fine.
All right. So we're going to take these 3 pieces here.
Oh, and I was going to say that, I live in St. Matthews in Calhoun County. We have the Purple Martin Festival, and these are Purple Martins here.
I knew that. So I said,
that was sweet of you. Thank you.
I wanted to bring that so you would have a special hair piece, because I know you love those. So we're going to start with doing...
And you've got how many pieces there?
This is 3 pieces.
3 pieces, all right.
Okay. Let me shorten this up a bit.
Okay.
Too much. Too much string will be just as bad as too little. All right, so we're going to first do a clove hitch knot, which again is if you can't do a clove hitch knot, then you don't even need to get started. That's the first. That's the first and foremost thing you have to learn.
Okay, so I have to learn how to do knots first. Okay.
And I will take it down here to right above the wheat heads.
Okay.
And we will tie it.
Yes.
Okay, and then I will do a second knot, a surgeon's knot, right here. My husband's favorite type of knot. Okay. And then let's get these little strings, these little legs out of the way.
Okay. So we've got 3 pieces together.
Right. And so we will start like this.
Whoa.
Well, basically one kind of in this kind of area here. I'm going to go down like this, then back up and down, and I'm going to pull it towards me a little bit here.
Yeah.
Back up.
So kind of like you're braiding hair?
A little. That's a hair braid plait, which is a little different, because this will create a little bit of a three-dimensional look.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Which gives it some oomph.
Yeah. And it'll take a little minute to kind of see it going here. And I'll show the camera here in just a moment, because my hands are probably blocking the view of what's being created underneath. But you kind of get into this rhythm of it where, and the more rhythmic you can be with it, the better. I feel like the design is. Flows better, freely. But you can kind of see.
Whoa!
Again.
Okay, put it here and we'll let very, very slowly.
See? All right, there we go. See, it'll start creating that.
Wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's called a cat paw plait.
Okay. And show me something that has some of that in it, can you?
Sure. Let's see here. Actually, these earrings here. So if you take a look there at the top of this earring here.
Yes.
I've created it, and that was just from the same length of straw, just like that.
Whoa!
And then I just circled it on itself like that and made the top of the earring.
Mercy.
Yep.
Can we see some of the things, the different techniques that you've used, different plaitings and things?
Sure.
And do you call it weaving or plaiting or?
Either way. Either way. Yeah, sure. So this is a 10 straw diamond plait that you see here.
Yes.
Down at the bottom.
Oh.
This is that same plait we were just performing there, that cat paw plait. This right here that's making this rose is a 7 straw Dunstable plait. Okay. Very common in hat making.
Is it? Okay. In hat making?
In hat making.
Because people have used straw to make straw hats.
Correct.
Of course. Yeah.
And then these are spruers made of rye. That's what they're called, spruers. You make them on a dog comb, which is very interesting.
Since y'all are a vet service. Yeah.
This is called Crocodile Ridge, which is a very fun plait there. And I call this one Chinese Rick-Rack. That's what I call it. The official name I can't quite remember, but that's what I call it.
And then this is
and
the
this
head
is
of some wheat.
So it is. So this is again a wheat that is a beardless wheat that does not have the long. And then this is blackbeard wheat.
Whoa!
Again,
well, it certainly has a beard.
It does. It does. It's beautiful. It creates kind of striking look to it. I like that. I used it as the base for this particular design. But yeah, there's all kinds of wheat. There's red wheats, different colors. So black drum.
Okay. Yep. Oh, goodness. And so I think it's fascinating. You said in Poland they have a tradition of making Christmas tree toppers or crowns?
Just the crowns. But I used that same idea to create this as a tree topper. And so, and that's why we were talking about before how much it took just to make that spiral underneath to put on top of the tree.
But one of their things that they make traditionally are crowns.
Crowns, correct.
And I guess other people maybe make, in agriculture, were there things that people used for hats, perhaps? Or?
Well, they use, like I was saying, they use that 7 straw Dunstable plait to make hats. Wow. But like you said, different cultures had different things that they did, like the Lithuanian songbird. Germans had German stars that they used at Christmas time that had those symbols. The Aztec had the corizons, which I've used in that family house blessing that you'll see down below.
Stephanie, I would think after seeing this, some people would like to try it because a lot of people love to do crafts.
Yes.
And this is so beautiful and fascinating.
Thank you.
And is there a group that is organized around this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Craft?
So within the United States, there's the National Association of Wheat Weavers, NAWW. And that is a very small group of ladies that have kept this tradition alive. We're getting a little more advanced in age, but we would love to have some new members.
Yes.
And we would love for new people to join.
Well, this is just the most stunning thing and so exciting for us to see. And I'm thrilled that you have taken this up. And I think you did this after you lost your mother, and it has filled your heart with joy.
It has. It has. I miss her a lot, but this kind of helps. All of these ways of that I'm doing this are all symbols of, love, marriage, mama. And that's really the purpose of wheat. Really, is it still continues with that symbolism today.
Yes,
is to carry on and have that love there, and show it in symbolic ways.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.